Live from Easy K Studios in Eddyville, Kentucky. It's your time you've been waiting for. The top 10 anticipated summer movies. We break down what we're excited about. And in top 10 fashion, your host, Darth Easy and Rainy K. Woo! Yay! I can't do it every episode. we have to space them out, otherwise it doesn't become cool.
I got you.
So I'm Darth Easy.
And I'm Rainy Cage.
So this week we are doing a top 10, like we do our other top 10s, like we did our top 10 cop movies, top 10 romance movies. We're doing it just like that, but we're doing it with anticipation for the summer movie season, because guess what? Summer starts next week, even though nothing really comes out until a couple weeks, because Avengers is not a summer movie, which would have made our top, which would have been our number one movies, most likely.
I mean, I Feel Pretty, that new Amy Schumer movie, that would have made my list if it wasn't coming out this weekend. I mean, it would have been number one.
I'm sure it would have been. Because you're totally going to go see that at the theater.
Not.
So, I'll explain how the show works, as always. Once me and Rain Case pick a topic, we will go our separate ways and compile our own separate top 10s. I'll come back and I'll do our 10 through 8. He'll do his 10 through 8. I'll do my 7 through 6. He'll do his 7 through 6. Then we'll trade off one apiece. Once we have compiled our own separate top 10s, we will create the shows between the two of us.
Woo!
Alright, so.
I think I'm going to remember this time.
Alright, so we should have a lot of commonalities.
Should.
Like, I've looked back on our top 10s, and most of we've ever had is like 3 or 4.
Okay.
And
we're going to beat that today.
Okay, so my number 10, this movie would not have made the list if it was if Avengers had came out in the summer.
Yeah.
So my number 10 is Jurassic World: The Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah, we're going to have to punt that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not shocked. So my number 9 is, I mean, this could be a really stupid movie, but this is the biggest movie star of the day right now. And my number 9 is Skyscraper.
Oh, yep, it was an honorable mention for me.
Okay, so I mean, it's got The Rock in it.
Mm-hmm.
He's got one leg. It kind of resembles a little bit of Die Hard in it.
Sky Hard, as John Stepp says.
Sure, and this is like, it could be a really dumb, fun movie. And The Rock, he's proven he can do really good action with Jumanji, with Central Intelligence. I mean, The Rock. The guy makes a lot of money when it comes to movies.
Hell yeah, he's getting us 2-3 movies a year here lately, and I surprisingly really liked Rampage, so that kind of piqued my interest even more for this movie. Mm-hmm. But I just had too many other movies on my list to bump it in there. I don't even remember where it was on my.
That's why it's number 9 for me.
Yeah, I am still surprised that you had Jurassic World on your list, but we'll get into that when we get to it on mine. But yeah, this movie looks cool. It definitely looks like it could, go either way. It could be a Baywatch, but
I don't think it's gonna be Baywatch, because Baywatch is stupid and it's a concept.
We'll see.
And this movie's there's a reason why there's been so many remakes of Die Hard over the years, because they always tear it out. They're at least fun to watch. Alright, my number 8 is Ocean's 8.
It's number 20. No mind.
What? You're crazy.
Yeah, I barely snuck it in there.
Oh my god. Well, anyways, Ocean's 8, you got Sandra Bullock, Kate Blanchett, you got Anna Hathaway in there, and it's a sequel or spinoff, however way you want to look at it, to the Ocean's 11 franchise, which was George Clooney, Matt Damon. I mean, to be honest with you, I've never seen the originals, but one thing that separates this from Ghostbusters for me is it's set in the same universe. It looks like I like heist movies. I love crime movies, and I'm loving the cast. I love Kate Blanchett in almost anything she does. Loved her in Thor Ragnarok. I don't think her character was that developed, and I like Sandra Bullock when she's really dived into a role. It looks like they're having fun with this movie, and I love crime movies, so that's why I had to put Ocean's 8 at number 8. And also Anne Hathaway. Love me some Anne Hathaway.
Well, I'm all about a good heist movie. I don't know, maybe I just don't get excited for him, because I loved Logan Lucky last year. But I don't know, it's just something to do with the cast is maybe not speaking to me. If you threw like a Jennifer Lawrence in there or something, I'd probably be all about this. But I don't know.
Hey, Ocean's 9.
yeah. She can be the 9. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Something about it's not tickling my fancy right now.
Ooh, tickling your fancy.
I remember loving Ocean's 11, but I can't really remember it hardly at all.
It's on Netflix right now.
So I'm going to go back and rewatch them, and then maybe I'll be more pumped for this.
All right, that's my 10 through 8.
All right. My number 10 is Upgrade. Have you heard of this film?
I saw someone talking about it the other day, and try to keep your paper away from me so I don't see your list.
Upgrade is like this dude. He goes in and he gets this chip put in his head, and it's like you have Siri in your head talking to you, kind of Iron Man suit kind of deal. Jarvis in your head, but also you can give it control of your body. And the trailer alone had some of the coolest action scenes in it, and I was immediately sold. It's Blumhouse doing this, so it's a low-budget film. But the trailer, as soon as I saw the trailer, I was like, yep, I'm going to see this, because it looks so cool. And you wouldn't think, but it was very funny. And the same, I think it's either Happy Death Day, I think it's the director from Happy Death Day or something like that. I
love the Happy Death Day.
It's something tied to Happy Death Day, and I don't know.
The same universe?
Maybe. I don't know. But the trailer is really good for a low-budget Blumhouse movie that I had never even heard of, and then I saw the trailer and I was like, yeah, I want to see this thing. Could it be horrible? Sure, but I mean, just the action scenes alone are so well choreographed in the trailer that makes me think that the movie is going to be badass in action scenes alone. So, and there was a lot of humor. That's what I was trying to say a minute ago. Between the voice in his head, making a lot of jokes and stuff. So, I think it'll be good.
Okay. I mean, I didn't watch the trailer, so we'll see.
Yeah. My number 9 is going to be Hotel Artemis. Did you see this trailer?
No.
Came out this week. What you have here is, in John Wick, how you have the hotel, and it has all these separate rules. Well, this is the same thing, except it's a hospital, and they call it Hotel Artemis, but it is packed full with amazing cast. Jodie Foster, I think, plays like the main owner of the hotel. Charlie Day was in there. It was just chock full with tons of cast, and it was shot. It felt very John Wickish, and they go. Apparently, there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on in the world, and it's going to all take place in this seedy hotel for criminals. And it just looked really cool. And the trailer was pretty badass, and you should check it out, because I think you might like this one.
Okay.
My number 8 is The Equalizer 2.
Okay.
You don't have that on your list?
No, because I haven't seen the first one.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Well, this was a last-minute change. I had this right outside my top 10. Then I saw the trailer that came out today as we filmed this on the day the trailer came out. And, the trailer looked amazing. It looked better than the first movie. And I liked the first movie a lot, really. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5. It looks awesome. It looks... I can't believe Denzel Washington's like 60-something years old, and he's just at perfect Liam Neeson age to just be kicking ass. And it's a revenge plot. And you just... you don't want to do wrong to Denzel Washington. After you see what he does in the first Equalizer, when you watch it, you're gonna be pumped for this movie. It's definitely deserving in the top 10 spot. It's badass looking.
Okay. All right. Now moving on to my number 7. Mm-hmm. My number 7 is Christopher Robin.
That's in my honorable mentions.
God damn it!
I'm surprised.
Damn it! Damn it!
Looks good though.
I mean, the thing that's selling me this movie is if this movie does really well, Disney is gonna be like, "Hey, let's do that Obi-Wan movie now."
That'd be pretty sweet.
And I love Winnie the Pooh. I love the mythos around Winnie the Pooh, the animated movies, and it sounds like the same voice actor. It may not be, but who plays Winnie the Pooh? But it looks great.
It looks like the plot of Hook. Like he's all grown up, and then Winnie the Pooh shows up, and he's got to be a kid again.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it looks like it's gonna be a little fun Disney movie. And when Disney live action goes right, we get Cinderella and Beauty and the Beast, and Jungle Book. When it goes wrong, we get Maleficent.
Like this, Winnie the Pooh excites me more than Mary Poppins because I don't really care about Mary Poppins. I don't care that much about Winnie the Pooh either. But
what excites me about Mary Poppins, which we'll probably talk about when we get to the top 10 anticipated fall video we do podcast in September or August, whenever we decide to do that, is that Lin-Manuel Miranda, who did Hamilton, who also did a lot of music for Moana, is writing a lot of the music for Mary Poppins too. That's what's really exciting me for that movie.
So it'll be more of a musical than this. This is not going to be a musical.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't really remember music in I mean, da 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 da. Da 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 da.
I'm interested in it. I'm just not really excited about it, but it was in my honorable mentions.
All right. Well, my number 6 is this is going to be a really small movie.
Oh yeah.
With Ant-Man and the Wasp.
We gotta punt that, but yeah, that was a funny joke.
Yeah, no. All right, that's my 7 or 6.
All right. My number 7 is Adrift, which I'm sure you don't have on your list.
You know, I was going to put that at number 10.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, like, this could be terrible, and a top 10 anticipate is more about potential than anything. It's just like, it's like college basketball players going to the NBA. I'm drafted on potential. I'm not drafted on if the movie's going to be good or not.
I think Adrift's more a personal taste thing for me. I like survival-type movies, and this is, about them surviving out in the ocean. I heard there was a little controversy with this movie because apparently the guy dies right out of the gate, and they keep him alive in the movie so that she's not alone on screen for the whole movie.
Makes sense.
And people don't like that, apparently, because this is based on a true story.
It's fine.
But I don't care. I love Shailene Woodley. And
I think, yes, he can still die.
He still could, yeah. I mean, they just keep him a little longer than what you think, but...
But also, it probably does show that the studio doesn't have that much confidence in Shailene Woodley to pull a Matt Damon or a Tom Hanks. So that could be part of it too.
I just love movies like that you just said though, like the Mars movie and the Castaway. I love The Shallows, which was Blake Lively just surviving in the ocean with sharks circling her.
Yeah, but I want a little deeper movie when it comes to survival movies.
The Liam Neeson one where he's out in the wilderness fighting wolves.
The Grey.
Yeah, I love that movie. All my friends hated that movie, and I was just like, I love this stuff. So I'm a little more excited about this than most people. And I love Shailene Woodley, so that puts it even more over the top. But yeah, this movie looks cool.
It could be good, it could be bad.
It could be bad, but I have a feeling it's going to be good.
All right.
My number 6 is finally a movie we both have, Jurassic World.
Ugh.
Number 6 for me. Now, you got to remember, my top of the year, Jurassic World was my number 2.
What?
Do you remember that?
No.
It's dropped significantly. It's not even...
No, if it drops significantly, it'd be number 10 with me.
Like we talked about last week, the trailers haven't been good for this.
Mm-hmm.
But I love Jurassic Park. I love the lore. I love the amazingness that Steven Spielberg built. And I want them to get back to that awesomeness. Maybe they'll do it in this. Maybe J.A. Bayona can make something cool. But who knows?
Like I said, I'm going on potential. That's why Jurassic World 2 is number 10.
Yeah.
Mostly because J.A. Bayona is created one of my favorite movies of 2016, maybe? Yeah, 16. Yeah. With Monster Calls. Monster Calls tore me to pieces, made me cry. It was such a beautiful, movie. And that's really what's selling the movie. It's not Chris Pratt, because other than Guardians of the Galaxy and Moneyball, there's really not much of Chris Pratt I like. Because I didn't like that stupid
space movie with him and Jennifer Lawrence.
I was about to say Passengers, but I didn't like that movie that much, and it's because I think Chris Pratt's a very one-dimensional actor. I haven't seen him really gone other than Moneyball. I haven't really seen him do anything that creative, and
he's very charismatic.
I want to see layers when it comes to my acting. I don't
think you're gonna get that in Jurassic World.
Well, probably not. But Jurassic Park, the first movie, which is deep story with where we see magic the first time. I think the dinosaurs look better in Jurassic Park. than
They do.
And then in Jurassic World, I think the dinosaurs look a lot worse than they do, and that's crazy. That's been 20 years since the original Jurassic Park movie, and the dinosaurs still in the first Jurassic Park look better than they. I would even say the Lost World dinosaurs look better than this one.
In that new trailer, that scene at the beginning where he jumps through the T-Rex's mouth looks so bad.
Mm-hmm.
It looks garbage. Why didn't they just build the T-Rex from the 90s? Because that T-Rex looks cooler than that stupid CG one.
Yeah, and then I like the elements that they get pieces of every dinosaur to the island, and then the military try to take it over, so they have to fight against the government. The dinosaurs get out, and we begin World War Dinosaur.
World War Dinosaur.
I mean,
I hope that's where we go,
but so it's at number 10 for me because of the potential of Jay Bayona is such a good director. So,
well, all right. So I'm more anticipating a little bit more than you, but it's leveled out for me, the excitement. We'll just see. I'm not going. I just want to be entertained, and hopefully it leads to like an apocalyptic thing like I'm wanting.
I'm hoping to be surprised.
Yeah.
And the thing about this movie is the trailers have not sold the movie.
No.
That's the whole point of a trailer. So I kind of hope that suffers its box office, because you can't make a good trailer, you don't deserve to make money, but people love the first one. So, and I'm talking about Jurassic World, I'm not talking about Jurassic Park. All right, so my number 5, I think this is the safest movie on this list.
Oh, yeah?
And my number 5 is Mission Impossible Fallout.
That's going to punt.
Okay.
My number 5 is Incredibles 2.
Punt.
All right.
Motherfucker.
My number 4
Wait, no, that's my turn.
Sorry.
My number 4 is Deadpool 2.
Yeah, we're going to punt that as well.
Okay.
See, if we're finally getting into the ones we have. Now my number 4 is Mission Impossible.
We could have talked about it.
Well,
if it's one in front, we could talk about
But
it.
I didn't know.
Okay. In the future, if it's one in front of you, then we can talk about it.
That's all right. Well,
All right, so
okay.
get to it.
Mission Impossible Fallout. Ooh, little Rays theme. Cassie trying to FaceTime me. Mission Impossible Fallout looks badass. Every time a new Mission Impossible movie comes out, I'm always surprised at how good it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never really get excited about them, but they're always freaking good. The cast is always great. Tom Cruise is great in this franchise. And, yeah, it looks really cool. That's just the trailer from the Super Bowl, I think, was the last trailer we've got for this movie. And it's awesome. And plus you get Superman and all his mustache glory in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I mean, like I said, I think this is the safest movie on my list, just because the last 3 Mission Impossibles have been really good, and it's carrying off the story from the last movie with Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. You're going to get back, the girl, what's her name?
Oh, Rebecca Ferguson.
Damn, good job.
Move to your Schmodown.
You're losing. And but anyways, yeah, I enjoyed her in the first movie, in the last movie she was in, and also they're bringing back Michelle Monaghan, maybe for a little brief appearance.
Mm-hmm.
But the cast, Tom Cruise, I mean, he does great in this role. He's crazy. Of course, he got himself hurt in this movie, and it is great that we're probably going to see Superman's mustache.
That's right. I've been waiting for a year to see Superman's mustache.
All right, so that was your number 4?
That was my number 4.
All right, my number 3 is Solo, a Star Wars movie.
Okay, that's my number 2.
Okay, we can talk about it.
Okay.
All right, so, I mean, what more can we say about Solo? I mean, for me, it's number 3 because it just could be bad.
It could be.
Because, but I think with so much damn reshoots and them retooling the movie, actually shooting the Lawrence Kasdan script, I actually think this movie is going to be actually pretty good. So, and I'm really looking forward to this movie.
I'm surprised that I have it higher than you. I had it 5th in our top 10 of the year, so I moved it up a little bit because of the last 2 trailers have been really good.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, it could be crappy. I was always kind of like, why do we need a Han Solo movie? But the trailers just have that cool, fun, adventure, western feel, and I'm excited.
And I'm loving the cast. I'm loving Emilia Clarke.
Yeah.
I'm loving Woody Harrelson. I'm loving Donald Glover, Alden Alderright. I mean, it's got a great cast. And Ron Howard. I mean, Ron Howard's a good director some days. And, I mean, he's close to the Lucas family. And we've heard all these things about the Han Solo script was such an awesome, beautiful script. And one thing, I mean, I've read a lot about Lawrence Kasdan. Lawrence Kasdan, he reworked the script for Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. He did Raiders of the Lost Ark, and then he also did and then he helped JJ with Force Awakens.
Huh.
So I mean, Lawrence, I mean, he's not a guy who's really broken out outside of the Lucas, but he does such a good job when he does a great movie script. So I'm looking forward to the hell out of this movie.
All right. We're to my number 3 now.
That's right.
Which is Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay, that was my number 6. So yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I'm forgetting what we were talking about before. Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think I'm pumped more about this because of how much I love the first Ant-Man. It's in my top 5 Marvel movies, and it just looks really cool. The trailers have been funny. You're not seeing a whole lot of Ant-Man in the Avengers previews and stuff. Like, he's nowhere to be seen, so I'm wondering what that's going to be about. But yeah, it looks good, and we get a lot of. We're going to get equal time for the Wasp. What's her name? I can never remember her stupid
Evangeline
name.
Lilly.
Evangeline Lilly. Yes.
I always get the slow down questions.
Lost,
baby.
Yeah, and it just looks cool, and it's the first one was kind of a heist movie in the MCU. This looks like it's got that same kind of feel to it again. So, I heard maybe it might have more of a romantic comedy element tinge to it too. So, I'm hoping
we see some flashbacks too of a younger, because my dream pitch for Ant-Man and the Wasp is Godfather 2 style, where we see flashbacks of. We see Michael Douglas with a younger Ant-Man, and then we see Michelle Pfeiffer as the younger.
Because she is going to be in this movie.
Yes,
so.
And it's about them finding her in the small dimension. I forget what it's called. And I mean, I'm gonna watch this movie again before I see it, because it's been a while since I've seen Ant-Man. I loved Ant-Man, and Michael Pena was. I was watching some of those clips of him explaining the plans. He's like, you know how I really like that wine, and it's like we're all part of the plan, man. And crap, what's the main guy's name who plays Ant-Man?
Oh, Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd, great, and love Evangeline Lilly. And it's also great to see Michael Douglas in it. So I'm looking forward to this movie. It's going to be a full, small adventure, fun film.
Ant-Man was so good for his little part in
it was better than Age of Ultron.
Yeah. But I think...
It's crazy. Ant-Man was better than the Avengers movie of that year.
I think Ant-Man sometimes doesn't get a whole lot of love.
Yeah, because he's so small.
He just needs a little bit of love.
Okay. All right. So my number 2 is Sicario: Day of the Soldado.
Okay. It's in my honorable mentions.
Oh, God.
I forgot about that, actually. I thought, he doesn't have this in his list.
No. Because
you are hyping this way too much, man. It's not your director. He's not coming back.
Doesn't matter. It has Taylor Sheridan script, and he is 3 for 3 when it comes to movie scripts. We bring him in Josh Brolin, who's going to have one hell of a year with Avengers: Infinity War, Deadpool 2, and in this movie. That's 3 movies in 1 year for Josh Brolin. He is on a hot streak with just potential movies. And Sicario was such a cool directed film. I know this one's not being directed by Denis Villeneuve, who's one of my favorite directors directing right now. But this movie looks like it's gonna have a lot more action. Del Toro's character was so cool in that first movie. The one who hunts down the cartels because of what they did to his family. Josh Brolin, the corrupt agent in this, the CIA agent, or I believe he's CIA. He might be FBI, actually, now I'm thinking about it.
Something.
He's
outside of the law.
He is, and it looks like it's going to be so much. It's going to be a fun movie, but I think it's also going to have that deep layer. This movie, it's going to be disappointing. I'm completely leaving myself open for being hurt, but I remember really enjoying the first Sicario movie, and I think with Hell or High Water and Wind Rivers, with the Taylor Sheridan script, I mean, if he is becoming the new Aaron Sorkin, because whenever he writes a movie, I'm interested, and that's why it's number 2 for me.
Well, see, I didn't know he wrote this movie, so that gets me a little more interested. But Sicario, I watched it the one time. I gave it a 4 out of 5. There was a lot of times where I was bored because it was a lot of shots of them riding around in a helicopter, and you got some desert views. I remember that. Josh Brolin and what's his name, the collector? I can't remember his name.
Benicio del Toro.
Yes.
I said like two guys.
They were good in it. This doesn't have Emily Blunt, though. It's not directed by Villeneuve. So, it's right on the edge for me. As a matter of fact, I think it was my number 11. Yes, it was. So, it's just, I'm definitely going to go see it. And I'm interested. It's just, I'm not as pumped as you are, clearly. But, we'll see. I think this has a great chance of being a disappointment for you, like you said, though, because of, it may just be Sony trying to milk something that doesn't need to be milked.
It's not Sony, it's Lionsgate.
Well, whoever it is.
So if you're going to ridicule
Because
something...
when you watched Sicario, did you really think, this needs a sequel? Because I didn't.
I didn't either, but they wanted to make it,
Alright, we'll see.
Alright, so your number 2 was Solo.
My number 2 was Solo, yes.
Alright, so then my number 1 is Incredibles 2.
Oh.
I mean, what more can I say? It's crazy I have an animated movie as my number 1. I mean, I never have animated movies as my number 1. And that just shows you how much I'm excited for this movie. And Brad Bird coming back to direct, all the voice actors returning. I mean, this is such an awesome movie that I just cannot freaking wait for. Just because it's the best Fantastic Four movie we've ever seen. We get to see these family of heroes return. And you got Elastigirl's she's going to be her own hero this movie, and then also dealing with the family drama. And I mean, the first movie was just so damn good, and it's a tragedy that we have had 2 Cars sequels, a Finding Nemo sequel,
That was pretty good.
and a Monsters University prequel. And now we're finally getting Incredibles 2.
It is crazy that it's taken so long. This movie made the biggest jump on my list if we were comparing my top 10 year, because I didn't even have this on my list because I was hating on Incredibles for some reason, because I just recently rewatched it. I'd said it last week. And I'm pumped for it. So it jumped from not even on my list to number 5, which I think is a pretty good jump. I'm pumped for it. I'm really interested. That Flash trailer looked fan-freaking-tastic, and it looks like Pixar magic again. Looks like we could be looking at best animated movie of the year right there, potential. So, I'm ready to go see this opening night.
All right. That's my list.
And my number 1 would be Deadpool 2.
Wow.
The trailers have been just hilarious. If you go all the way back to Logan, that's almost a year and a half ago when Logan came out. They showed like a little, I'm sure it has nothing to do with the movie.
So when he said the phone booth and...
They just continue on, the marketing genius. I love the first one. I went into that first one. If you go way back and watch our top 10s of old days, I was very, weary about Deadpool. I remember you being all about it, but I was kind of like, I don't know. It could be crap, especially, Fox sometimes doesn't know what the hell they're doing. And I loved it. It was my movie of the year that year, or up there. I don't think it was my movie of the year, but it was in the top 3, I think. And, I'm freaking excited about Deadpool. It looks hilarious, and the trailers are like non-stop jokes, and that's just this tiny piece of what the movie's going to be.
Wow, yeah. Wow, you're so dark. You're not in the DC universe?
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. So, where'd you have Deadpool on?
I had number 4.
Number 4, so, pretty dang close. Our top 5 was more stuff in common than our 6 through 10.
Yeah, for some reason. That's our list. So let's get to the hard part of bringing us down. So I had Incredibles 2 at number 1. Where'd you have Incredibles
5.
2? Okay, and I had Deadpool 2 at 4.
And I had it at 1.
We have Solo at
2.
and I have it at 3. So you just want to jump Solo to 1?
Woo! You don't want to put Deadpool 2 at 1?
Not really.
Because then you could have Incredibles at 2, and then Solo at 3.
I mean, it's whatever you want to do. You want Deadpool 2 at 1?
Deadpool 2 deserves that Avengers storyline. Or that spot.
Okay.
Avengers would have been there. And, I feel like Deadpool 2 could be the...
Well, I mean, I just remember hearing all this stuff about Deadpool 2 could be disappointing. That's why it's been going down my list, to be honest with you. So,
we don't want to listen to that nonsense.
Okay, when you see the movie in a few weeks, we'll find out if we're not. Okay, so number 2 is Incredibles 2 then.
Yep. I'm fine with that.
Number 3, Solo.
Yep.
see. You had...
Ant-Man was my next one.
I had Mission Impossible next.
That's my 4.
Okay, I'll give it to you then.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think that's going to be the surprise of the summer.
And then Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a surprise.
I think it's going to do better than people think because the first Ant-Man didn't like break box office records or anything. I think people are going to be coming off the high of Avengers and they're going to want to go see what Ant-Man's up to.
And number 6, Jurassic World.
Jurassic World, yeah.
I shouldn't even put it on the list.
I'm surprised you did, man.
All right, number 7 is going to be Sicario.
It was my number 11, so that works.
Okay, what do you want next?
I'm going to go Adrift. Another, I think.
Okay. Damn it. I got Christopher Robin left, Ocean's 8, and Skyscraper. I don't want Skyscraper. I kind of want Christopher Robin, but I also want Ocean's 8. So that's where
I got Equalizer 2, Hotel Artemis, and Upgrade.
So you want...
I want Equalizer 2.
Okay, we'll put that at 10 then.
Okay. You're going to put Ocean's 8 in there?
I think I want to put Christopher Robin at 9.
Oh, okay. I thought we had 2 spots left open. Yeah,
no, we're done.
All right, good. All right.
All right, now it's time to reveal the top 10.
Weird list.
All right. The top 10. Top 10 anticipated summer movies of 2019. Yeah. At number 10, Equalizer 2.
Woo!
At number 9, Christopher Robin.
Aww.
At number 8, Adrift. At number 7, Sicario, Day of the Soldado. At number 6, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
All right, say that with more excitement, mister. You had it higher on your list than I did. I mean, you had it...
I had it at number 10.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Which means it barely made the list. Number 5, Mission Impossible Fallout. At number 4, Ant-Man and the Wasp. At number 3, Solo, A Star Wars Story. At number 2, Incredibles 2. And number 1, Deadpool 2.
That's a good list.
Yeah.
It's a little weird at the end, but... Especially with my Adrift and your Christopher Robin, but you know what?
It has a little mix of everything. We got a little Winnie the Pooh, a little Denzel Washington killing some white people. And yeah. So, did you have any honorable mentions?
I did. I had Alpha, which has been pushed to August. I did find that out, August 16th or something.
I thought it was pushed to September.
No, Movie Insider says August 16th or something.
Well, I've been googling it.
And I googled it, and it said the same thing.
Okay.
So. I mean, it may change, but
it's gonna be terrible.
I'm thinking
it's supposed to come out in March, so you know it's terrible. We get pushed 6 months.
A Boy and His Wolf. Yeah, The Darkest Mind, the YA novel movie about
the super
comic book.
Yeah,
kids.
it looks terrible.
I pushed that back because the more I started thinking about it, that could be garbage. I had Skyscraper in there. You already had that. Tag. It was hard for me not to.
It looks like. If I hadn't already made the list, I might have put that at number 10. To be honest with you,
yeah,
because it looks fun, and maybe Jurassic World may not have made the list at all.
I had Christopher Robin, The Meg. Did you have that on your list?
No.
Hotel Transylvania 3. That's another animated movie that could be good. It's not going to be Incredibles too good. Hereditary would be my last honorable mention. That's a horror movie that's supposedly the best thing since The Shining. That's what everybody's saying. So
okay.
I don't know if I'll go see that because it looks too creepy for me.
Yeah.
What about you?
Really not much more. I have that Uncle Drew movie.
Yeah.
It looks. It could be. I mean, it's got a bunch of NBA players, so it could be terrible.
What about the Jackass guys doing their own stunts in Action Point?
I'm good.
Yeah, I didn't like that good.
The other two, it's I forget what these are. To be honest with you, but Blind Spotting, which is apparently it's a Netflix. It's a movie that was really loved at Sundance.
Huh.
And then I have Mile 22, which I believe is that's Mark Wahlberg and Maggie from Walking Dead.
How did I miss a Mark Wahlberg movie?
So it could be terrible. That comes out in August. So, but yeah, that's our top 10 anticipated. I mean, it should be a fun summer, but you never really know.
I was surprised that there's 20 movies I'm halfway interested in seeing. You know, last summer was kind of disappointing. So
I don't remember last summer being pretty disappointing. I thought last summer was pretty good, but hey, to each their own. So guys, until next week, small too easy.
Peace out.